It is going to be loyalty on the killer. Looks like it's gonna be the hillbilly on the Thompson. Okay, I have not been to the Thompson house in so long.
Okay.
Have you been to the Thompson house in a while? Like, I don't remember last time I watched comp on Thompson.
I don't think I've ever seen a comp game on Thompson, to be honest with you. I've only been casting for about a few months, so I don't know if I've ever seen one. It's almost always McMillan and McMillan, and sometimes McMillan.
You know, that's entirely fair. McMillan is, you know, home tried and true. And sorry, folks, Billy doing Billy things and just being impossible to figure out where they're going at any given time. Immediately finding Survivor and getting them down. Not much problem. And
That's a barrel.
This is why I can't play Billy. They are so time-consuming for patience. And
oh yeah,
no.
easily, like I'd say even now, still Billy is one of the highest or skill floors in the game.
I would tend to agree. Any killer that requires aim, I would have to absolutely agree. Looks like Ace setting up for the potential unhook here, but Billy's just holding down the fort at the moment. Oh, I think they suspect them being up here too, and
oh, you do not want to be there against Bill. Well,
how you doing, Cage?
That's a he's evading in a very urban sort of way.
I don't know. I don't feel like Thompson House counts as urban, you know? You know? But
rural evasion. There we go.
Yeah, and oh, I thought the Billy might have saw him, but doesn't seem to be the case. Second hook confirmed on Paradox. Billy looking around, expecting somebody to come in, and I don't know if they actually know where the Survivor is. They're kind of in the vicinity.
That's a rough start.
That's an awful start. That is, oh my goodness.
At the same time, it is Billy, and Billy is no slouch anymore.
Oh, absolutely. That was the thing, is like, for the longest time, that was the reason that I couldn't stand Billy's, because yes, you're absolutely right. He has one of the highest skill floors, also one of the highest skill ceilings, but the skill ceiling didn't feel like it paid off. But now the skill ceiling is insane. Now he's an S tier.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if I'd put him above. I know some people put him above Nurse. I don't think I'd go that far. Definitely number 2.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, it's so hard to say. I've seen examples of both of them, but I think I might agree, like, just below Nurse, but I don't know. It depends on the house.
And for the sole purpose that Nurse can go through walls.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. And a lot of the times, a lot of instance, Billy doesn't. They can actually handle most tiles. Like I said, walls not included.
Oh boy.
Cage finally is found. However, they did pick up Lori in the meantime. Cage being pushed away from the other slug. Yeah, that is some urban evasion if I've ever seen it. Ooh, good value there. Vaulting over, but now they're in a dead zone.
He shaved his behind right there. Oh!
That was way too close.
Yeah, it was.
Again, that is the power of urban evasion here. Survivor is halfway on their bleed out timer. I think what they're doing right now is they're just desperately trying to get gens done. Lori hasn't gone for the pickup. They just need to get points. Because right now they are looking dire.
Oh yeah, no, it's not looking good right now.
Yeah, this is a nightmare scenario again.
Now we see there is a hex in play. What is the hex? Do we know?
I imagine it's probably Ruin. That is pretty common on Billy.
I would assume so.
Yeah, Ruin actually making a huge comeback, especially in most recent months. And, you know, I'm kind of here for it. It's not as insane as the original Ruin Undying. Oh, and we see this Genberg. They know where the Lori is. Lori is somewhere in this vicinity. And, like, so, like, a 4K is expected on Billy. 4K is pretty common, but 4K 5 is insane. 4K 3, you're doing good.
Especially on Thompson. Like, if this were Rotten Fields, be like, okay, you could expect a 4K 5. This is Thompson House.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And the thing is, if our killer, if Billy doesn't get such a strong start like he got this game, it goes the other way.
I would absolutely agree. Again, the insane snowball potential of Billy definitely led itself to this. But again, heads up play from Cupier here, just knowing, hey, there's someone with balance setting up. Yeah. Speaking of the balance player, again, just Billy heads up play there. Survivors, they need to if they can get at least 2 gens done, their killer has a shot. Otherwise, this is a shutout in set 1.
Yep. Yep, absolutely.
Billy.
And the thing is, with Ruin still in play, it's going to be nigh impossible to get a couple of gens done, I would say.
Effectively, yeah. Billy can just, ping pong between them all and force a chase with one of them. Looks like... That's what I'm saying. You just bing bong around. That's all you have to do.
Yep.
Lori going down. I think Cage may be going for the unhook here, but I'm not sure. Again, they need to finish that gen, but it's progressing with Ruin. This is
It's amazing it's amazing how far we've come with Hillbilly.
It really is, because the powerhouse that he was. Again, you remember, you've been playing since 2016. You remember
I remember
when
Billy's chainsaw used to be able to be charged up in 0.6 seconds.
Quick saw Billy. Those were the days, and the reason that he got nerfed.
Well, no, that wasn't even the reason. I'm talking about when Tinkerer made your power faster.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
Yeah, like
that's
everyone who
old
complained about
Tinkerer.
everyone who complained about InstaSaw, I'm like, you guys have no idea. It's like people who complain about nerfs now. I'm like, let me take you in my DeLorean and take you back to when she could have 8 blinks. And
I
no
just remember
cooldown.
5 blink being insane. Let alone the add-ons. Oh goodness, man, that was a
8
different
blinks
time.
and no cooldown. That was a different time, and the game was different back then.
True. I
also think there's a lot of stuff back then that would work now that didn't work back then.
True. I was going back through old footage of essentially the game, circa 2017, and seeing 3 pallets in a gym that should only have 1 pallet, and seeing
Yes.
how many windows Shaq had, and just everything. The game has come so far.
Oh yeah, 2 windows at Shack. Oh my goodness, and a God pallet.
Yeah, and a God pallet. Just wild time, but
And that's a fun fact for a lot of people who don't know. Shack only used to have 1 door, and it had a window in place of the other door.
yeah,
And I believe it was right at the top of the stairs, the window, and then the door had the God pallet. It was crazy.
Yep, it was an absolutely insane tile.
And Meat Tree used to have 2 vaults,
Yep,
not a
double
pallet.
vault meat tree.
Yep.
Do you remember Ironworks? Ironworks Misery, the top building having 2 separate windows.
I remember. I got PTSD to this day.
Oh man, that was rough. It was not a good time to be a killer main back in the day. And
No, it wasn't.
first gen finally popping for the survivors. Again, props to them for managing to get a gen done, but again, they need 2 more if they want to even have a respectable condition to meet. Billy just had such an explosive start.
Yeah, there was it's like I said, near impossible to recover from that start.
Absolutely. I don't know if you heard it, but we hear Lori right next to the Billy, and I'm sure they did too. Doesn't seem like
Wow,
they
I'm
care.
surprised.
They may just not care. They may just want to secure this hook and be like, yeah, you're not getting anywhere. Ooh, they found Ace, though.
Oh. Ooh.
It's not looking too good. Barely missing the chainsaw.
That's good.
That gives him a second chance here.
Oh, I thought he spun him. I thought he did.
too.
I thought he had him. I thought he had him for a second there.
It is definitely hard to spin in these, in these days. Full hook stage is a word to the killer at this point. Billy immediately chainsawing away, looking for the survivor. I think they see that Lori might be over here, and immediate unhook coming in as well. But Billy is there for it. Good hit tanks coming in from Ace. But that hit
the
tank's
brick
about to
wall.
expire. Right?
Oof.
Not gonna be enough. Lori only 40% on her gen. Good 50-50 from the cage, winning it.
He caught him moonwalking, so he vaulted it anyway. Sadako?
Cage, what are you on about? I was not expecting Cage to have a full dialogue there.
I was not expecting him to call Billy Sadako.
Going down over the pallet, and looks like they're going to be spending their way, possibly trying to deny the gen to Lori. And I think they will. That gen is about 80% and ready to fire. Lori just going to be pushed to the back of Shaq. I don't expect a pickup to happen. I think they're just going to say waste as much time as possible. Let the Ace up top of Thompson building get the gen done. Ooh, blue coming in just in time, and
Ooh,
that's so
that couldn't have
hard.
been any closer. That could not have been any closer.
That is so difficult to do. Laurie doing her best, saving life for when she needs it most. Oh, might be going down here, though. No, Billy went wide. They expected to flare and not flaring, and there's the live coming and getting extra distance. They did actually pick up Gallo, by the way. Laurie doing the Lord's work at this loop. Not even fully blocking the window yet, either. Nope, there it is, Bamboozle. Nope. Good job going to basement. Cage is trying to finish the jet outside. That's another heads-up play from the Billy. Again, honestly, props to the survivors for the insane recovery they've had so far. Absolutely amazing recovery.
So this could have easily ended at 5 gens, like within the first 60 seconds, with the start that Billy got.
Absolutely, I completely agree. Now,
our
Laurie
boy Ace here on top of main building working on a gen 2. He could get that done. He's got theoretically enough time.
Yeah, they should be able to finish 1 gen here. Between Cage working on the gen near Shack and working on this one, the survivors are smart. They're picking the gens, they're picking their battles wisely, realizing, hey, if we can get 2 gens done, maybe our killer can, retaliate in some way. And to be fair, Bombom will be retaliating with a nurse. So it's not out of the woods yet, but... Oh, they are
Cage
not going
had
to get that
been
4th gen
so
done.
close.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they see the survivor now. Ace
That's all she wrote.
That is all she wrote. Not gonna fall for it, and that is the down. Again, the Billy had such an insane start, and to the server's credit, they did alleviate the pressure a bit. Not much, because there's not much you can do in that scenario to alleviate pressure, but they did a little bit, and that's what counts.
Yeah.
But that is going to be a 4K4 for Loyalty's Hillbilly, and an insane start to set number 1.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Absolutely. But with that said, Survivor sent back to the campfire. It's nice to see
Billy back in comp play.
Yeah, honestly, fair. I mean, to be fair, we did see Billy occasionally here and there, but it was more of a mirror pick. It was like, that the gentleman's handshake saying, we'll both play Hillbilly for this one set. Who's got the better Billy, And all right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for Bombom's choice of Nurse on the killer. And so here's the other thing. Why, is it just me? I can't play Nurse on corn maps. It just gives me a sense of agitation I've never felt before. It's visceral. I can't see anything. Am I alone here?
Well, partially I'm with you, but that's only because it's not just Nurse. Playing as any killer on corn maps makes me feel that way. I miss old
valid.
Cold Wind so much.
I think that's pretty valid, honestly. I totally agree with that, honestly. Yeah.
Old Cold Wind was such nicer.
Yeah, Rotten Fields is the worst, but...
Oh yeah. I feel like if they darken the color palette or the skybox or the lighting a little bit, it'd be so much better.
I kind of agree, but... I think the Nurse might also agree here, as they are halfway through their corrupt intervention, and there is nothing. Oh, did they not see upstairs, or did they fake it? I think they faked it. Yeah, gonna blink up there and get the first tag on Quentin.
That was beautiful.
It really was. Balance gonna get him some distance, though. Is it going to be enough? Ooh, jumping back, and I think they have the distance there. Yeah, Nurse not able to second blink on top of them, and they will get away to live another day for a second.
That's about as good of a play as you can have against the Nurse right there.
I would agree. That's the best case scenario. They got the use out of their exhaustion perk and going towards the edge, getting stuck on a rock though, entering the loop. If Quentin can make this chase last just a couple seconds longer, they're perfect.
Oh, I was, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was, am I allowed to say clenching? I was clenching.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Because I knew what he was going for. I'm like, are you gonna get it? And he got it.
Doubling the middle gen right now. We see a survivor also on the top of main.
Well, that's the thing with Nurse too. It's not necessarily about getting all the gens done. It's about getting as many done as you can.
Right, and again, they got to do one just to make a tie. Already blinking up to prevent the second gen from firing, but that'll be first gen tie condition has been met.
Yep.
Also worth noting is we do see Dying Light on the killer. Not an uncommon pick these days on the Nurse, and it looks like they also were able to pop the gen up top as well. However, Unhook coming in immediately, and here comes the tunnel out on Quentin. This is just such a night and day difference. This is what I'm talking about. Nurse can snowball, absolutely, but they can maintain pressure throughout the game. Billy can snowball.
Yeah. And I think here's the thing about Nurse too. Nurse has, a lot of people might disagree with this. I think Billy has less maps that are bad for him than Nurse does.
Yeah, in
Nurse on
times.
Corn, Nurse on Corn sucks.
True.
Nurse on indoor map sucks. Whereas Billy, it's just Billy on indoor map sucks.
Yeah, but I say Billy, like in the court, is actually kind of almost a benefit. You get this ability to like snipe survivors on the court because they have just as much visibility as you do.
Yeah, you can't see them, but they also can't see you.
True. Oh my goodness, Yuichi's gen is so close, but a great fake out from them. We'll get into the window and get away, and Nurse has to stop and possibly a no. But I say I don't know if I continue that chase. I get pop and go back to the.
I was gonna say it might be worth popping that weasel there.
Indeed.
Yep.
Unhook coming through, and they do not want to cross that to go back. They're again checking the gens on the other side. Good read from the nurses. That is in fact a gen that is being worked on. However, looks like it's a misnomer, as that is actually one gen that was worked on.
Ooh,
and
we've got some serious gen progress here, and it's smart teaming up on gens like this.
Absolutely. Ooh, good tag. Vaulting Nurse. And they will get the tag on Yuichi.
That was almost a really good juke.
It really was. However, they are going to be able to finish the second gen, and that will secure victory. Yeah, Nurse just a little bit too late to stop the Renato, and Renato with Overcome going to get a little bit of distance going into main. But I think it is lights out here for set number one. Nurse in hot pursuit, they're going to leave him slugged out on the ground. Taking a tag on Jane instead. This is why I wish Killer Perspective was fixed. I can't keep up with how fast these are going.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully soon we get some love for Spectator.
True behavior. I will buy all your skins. Just please.
Be honest, you already buy all their skins.
They don't need to know that. Art team carrying out here. Am I right? But my goodness, seriously, aesthetically, this game is still just beautiful. I will never have much, if anything, bad to say about this game aesthetically. It's perfect.
Oh, the art team and the audio team, spot on.
Absolutely.
Spot on. You know, except for some choice chase musics, but you know, that what you know.
I feel like Ghostface comes in. Oh.
You mean washing machine face? Yeah.
Right? Okay, so have you noticed this too? I have had a lot of games recently where I will swing and it just doesn't connect. It feels like I'm getting caught on something that's just invisible in the air.
I've actually had that happen too, and I've been on the survivor side and seen that happen to killers. It's really weird. They'll swing. I'll even see blood as the survivor, and I won't take a hit.
That's so weird. I imagine it's something ping related, but I'm really not sure. But third gen firing for the server. It looks like there is actually Scourge Hook. I believe that's Gift of Pain. I believe it is Scourge Hook Gift of Pain, which is an interesting choice as well. Interesting slowdown. Dying Light still at 2 stacks. Yuichi can chase. Unhook coming in on Jane. Misblink from the Nurse, and Yuichi's gonna take the distance and be happy with it.
Nurse expected him to double back there.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna be able to evade the Nurse entirely. They going back? Yeah, Nurse didn't catch what the Yuichi was cooking.
Ooh, Yuichi flarn dipped her for a second. Oh, but Yuichi doesn't want her to leave.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I'm curious. They swung midair. Were they trying to fake a blink to get Yuichi to show themselves? I think that's what it was. I don't think I've ever seen that before, actually.
Those little macro nuances to playing killers.
True. Yuichi looking up into the sky, saying, "Should I keep going? Yeah, I'll keep going. It's fine." And yeah, Nurse is completely lost.
That's another thing to note here is that gen's been almost done the whole game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nurse trying her best, but just not able to pull it out. Blinking over the TNL wall, they're gonna see that is a very dead survivor at the moment if they can get them out of the game. But again, survivors have completely reset all the pressure the Nurse had. They have a Death Hook survivor, but everyone's healed multiple gens firing away. And as we know, it ain't too good on Nurse, so they don't have that in the pocket.
I'm surprised she was given that hit.
Honestly, fair. With the hits that I've been seeing register recently, that was a very generous hit, but Nurse sticking with the chase, it looks like. Yeah, and Quentin, very rightly so, is going to go down in the corner, allowing for at least one generator, maybe even two to pop off. Dead hard from the corner! And the final gen pops! Oh,
the
my word. The power of E compels you, and Quentin going back to the campfire with a salute from their survivor squad, doing a phenomenal
this right
job.
here, this right here is why I say Nurse in her current spot, I think is probably okay.
So again, this also comes into play. It's not just like the power tier of a killer. There's reasons that, you know, organizations like Code balance around certain killers. And
exactly,
Nurse used to be a powerhouse, like 4K3, 4K2 every single time, but the amount of times that she has been brought down to size with balancing.
Yep.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog, and lo behold, the Skull Merchant appears in the middle of the Cold Tower, meaning there is going to be a split corrupt intervention. I'm getting PTSD just from watching this. I don't know about you.
I'm getting PTSD because I thought we were going to watch her in third person.
You know, one day. But with that said, setting up the drones, dropping them around the map. We see a totem in the distance. Probably going to go set up and check that one too. It looks like they did push the survivor away. Ace being pushed off of the totem. And I imagine that's a
which
ruin.
Cold Tower is this? Is this one or
Cold
two?
Tower 1, yep. Classic,
okay.
lovely Cold Tower.
Yeah.
As I
Top Tower.
I don't think Cold Tower 2 has been readily accepted as a map that people want to play. Ooh, immediately coming online, and Ace doing a little bit of counterplay here, doing a good job. However, they are going to accumulate a couple stacks soon. No, they're not.
Ooh, they got out lucky there.
They absolutely did. Really well played.
Ooh.
Not going to stay in pursuit. Instead, playing the 3-gen style. I have heard from a lot of people that swear on their life that Skull Merchant isn't actually as bad as she was, and is in fact just simply the, like, you know, remember when Legion came out and everybody hated Legion for like 2 years because of, you know, release Legion?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of that with Skull Merchant. I think so. Me and Osuchin, you know Osuchin.
Yeah, Osuchin. Yeah,
we have 2-outed, like we've been left just like 3v1 or 2v1 against Skull Merchants and escaped on so many of them because like there's a misunderstanding about how her power works. You've seen video guides on how her power works. I'm sure we've all seen the big one. But
oh yeah, for sure.
If you watch that, it's not just about playing; it's about versing too. And I think there's a lot of not wanting to learn.
That is fair. That does absolutely happen. Oh my! Look at the way that they're playing around.
Right?
This.
No, it's brilliant.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. Oh, but
ooh.
Oh, did you see that? The last second scan broke them, and that is going to be first hook coming in.
That was a brilliant play.
It was.
And that's the thing, when you watch someone who knows how Scully's power works, it is fun to watch them run the Skull Merchant.
Absolutely.
You saw how he was ducking, juking, and jiving all those beams.
Absolutely. Ooh, a swing and a miss coming in from the Skull Merchant on Quentin. Unhook him in on Yoichi, and Quentin leaving the tile. Skull Merchant going right back after dropping a drone. That's
that tile. That's one tile that even against her drones is not going to do her very much because it's got a vault and it's got a bad pallet but a good vault.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that tile is just generally unsafe. So I completely agree. Skull Merchant gonna be chasing him into main. Dropping another drone. I'm not really sure why you do this, except maybe to get them. Oh, body blocks coming in though.
That was very well timed.
Absolutely. Skull Merchant threatening the break, and they do actually go through with it. Doubling back. Are they going to break this wall as well?
You have to.
Yeah, they are. Going back around. I was about to say, I don't think there's an exhaustion add-on for this, but maybe just having them broken is what they're looking for. I'm not sure. Maybe just the information. No, they have the hindered add-on. That's why. Okay.
Ooh.
Yoichi going down, second hook incoming. They are going to be able to finish a second gen for the effort. No, 3 gens going to be completed for the effort. There's one.
Oh my goodness.
No, the pain res that didn't occur the first time. They do have it. 20% off. It was 5% away. But even
They
then,
need to fix they need to fix the spectate skill checks. That throws me off so much.
Oh, it really does, though. But to be fair, I think in general, unless something it's a really weird thing, I just assume professional players will always hit skill checks.
I mean,
Except when
I'm
you
no
miss a
pro,
decisive
but
strike.
I'm no professional skill checker, but I did play through old Ruin.
Oh man.
Oh, right at the last second there too. Oh
Another
no.
one.
Oh no, you heard the claw trap and then the immediate down.
Yep. And now this is not looking so good for the survivors. Third gen is complete. Both of them together. Skull Merchant knows where everybody is. Skull Merchant going to be setting up shop, dropping another drone. I'm beginning to be curious. This might be why they, hook Skull Merchant, but they actually managed to get whipped past. Ooh, great double save coming in on Yoichi.
Oh my goodness.
The pressure is on Skull Merchant immediately taking chase. Survivor's going to reset instantly. God Pallet's still up.
It's funny you mentioned that.
I mean, you gotta throw it, right?
At this point, you're dead. You gotta waste as much time as possible at this point. Oh, the moonwalk, she's sweating.
Right? Ace coming in for a hit tank. They do take the hit. Getting Yoichi away from Shaq into the next tile.
That's not a dig, by the way. I actually had a friend that used to say, oh, they're moonwalking, they're sweating.
That checks. I had someone tell me the other day, oh, you bring Noah on an M2 kill, you're just admitting defeat. I'm like, all right, whatever. All right, co-parter, but...
Well, I mean, if you bring Noah on Billy, I kind of agree. But
I don't have to take the slander. But you know who is taking slander right now? Yoichi, no more hit tanks to give. Gonna try and go down under the pallets. Does the Skull Merchant sense it? They do, and Fang's gonna take a tag for her effort.
Ooh, she could smell that fung a mile away.
Really good. Trying to come back, but it's not gonna be in time, and Yoichi is gonna be sent
Picks
to
up
the
the pallet.
campfire. Right? Ace working on the far gen near Shaq. 3 gen
So
still active.
It is a kill, but there's 2 gens left and no one else has been hooked.
Yeah, as we've said so many times, the game really doesn't feel like it starts until the 3v1 occurs, because that's when you see the survivors really buckle down. The 4v1, even for the best of killers, is just really unmaintainable. But as soon as the 3v1 happens, that's when it gets real, and that's what I am here to watch.
And
Quentin.
we already know that Skull Merchant only has 2 perks left.
Right.
Because we saw Ruin go, and we saw Corrupt was up before, and it's not anymore, obviously.
True. And oh, that is one right there. Eruption popping off on the Coal Tower gen. Survivors do finish the 4th gen. That is huge.
The survivors are in a better spot than it appears to be right now.
Yeah.
I think.
However, I don't know now. You've got to hook.
We do have a
way
pretty
back in the
nasty
pocket of
3
Bombom.
gen here too.
Yeah, exactly.
A
They've
nasty
got
3 gen.
You've got your 3 gen, and you've got to hook deep in the pocket of your 3 gen. This is going to be rough. Now, granted, Skull Merchant doing something very interesting, leaving and looking for the reset. They see Feng Min. They see Ace try to skirt by. I might be wrong. They might have been big brain for that, expecting the reset to come through and coming in to try to interrupt it. Now the survivors.
That was
are
a
bit of
very
problem.
high risk, high reward move if they can make something out of it.
True, and yeah, we see a crow flying off. Fangman is going to be trying to sneak back. Skull Merchant is going to slowly lose ground, but I think they should be able to secure second stage here. They have to get the reset on Fang in order to come in for, a proper hook rescue. Otherwise, it's just going to be a trade, and I don't think you're going to win this just by trading hooks constantly. Maybe you can. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Not with 3 pain res up, though. Look at this. The area that Ace would come through has been thoroughly set up with a minefield full of drones, and Fang saying, all right, Fang, you're injured. Come get it. There's second stage secured.
My goodness. Now, what are you calling here? What is your prediction for this one?
I'm predicting 4K1. If the Skull Merchant plays this properly, I think this is 4K1 territory.
I think it's.
See, look at
I
that.
think
They
there's
got a trap on
a
Ace.
high
Look
chance.
at that. Look at the passive power there.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're going to reset Quentin, but Ace can't be reset either. This can be a fresh hook coming in on Fang. I don't know how you come back from this. I'm guessing it's 4K1.
It's going to be very difficult. I would be inclined to agree, but we have seen harder comebacks before.
True, that is very true. And the crazy part about this is Bombom doing really good on Killer here. Loyalty, however, Loyalty's bringing Nurse in the following set, which means if Bombom can somehow win this set, they've narrowed the playing field, because that means in set 3 they have access to Hillbilly if they want to crack it out.
Mm-hmm.
They've what's it called? Sandbagged their ace in the hole. Their pocket S killer, you know. And we've seen it before. Sometimes it pays off. Sometimes it's a bit of a gambit. And right now, I think it's paying off. Skull Merchant
Absolutely,
is right now
agree.
in the range of putting up the same result that Nurse would do on this map. Ace 80%
I would
on their
absolutely
gen.
agree.
Quentin looks like they've been setting up for any time the Skull Merchant drops their guard, trying to set up for that save on Feng. But I don't think they're going to let it happen so easily. However, they even see the Quentin. But Ace is going to be working on that gen. No, it's like they're going to be taking the tag and going for the hook trade here. No, they're not. They're leading him away. Second stage secured. Skull Merchant. Oh my goodness, this is so tough.
Ooh. See, this is where it comes down to the wire.
Absolutely. Ace is still injured. Everyone is injured. They get the unhook after the second stage secured. Ace, I believe, is the only one that hasn't been hooked yet, being chased away from the gen. Eruption has been applied. If they can get the down, 12% off that generator. No,
You got to keep in mind, we've only seen one pain res.
Right,
this
yeah.
game.
They could be sandbagging him this whole time. I think they have. I think you're absolutely correct. These pocket hooks haven't been utilized, and I fully expect this to be a pain res.
Yep.
It is.
Ooh, that's brilliant.
It really is. Skull Merchant doing a really good job, and Survivors just having trouble. Again, I don't know if you can break this 3-gen. I don't know if it's possible.
I don't think realistically it's doable now.
Quentin desperately trying to be like, come, Cohosted, come fight me. And
1v1 Cohosted.
right? And Skull Merchant's like, nah. Oh man, Claw Trap on Fang Minute as well. Yeah, I think they knew exactly what they were doing when they picked Skull Merchant here.
Yep.
Again, to be fair, Loyalty could crack out Nurse and beat this. It's not impossible to 4K2, but it's going to be a tough call. Survivors know they only need to do 4
Nurse on Cole Tower. It is Cole Tower, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We say
Nurse
the
on
same
Cole
map.
Tower is going to have a much better chance than Nurse on Thompson House.
I would usually agree, honestly. The verticality of Cole Tower is insanely negated. Again, Thompson House the same way, but it's a corn map.
Also, significantly less to block line of sight.
True, true. Poor Quentin being set up on the Cole Tower gen. Making sure this gen regresses on the side, though, for Skull Merchant. Ace slowly progressing to death phase. Looks like the call-out says they're going into main or possibly messing with it. Again, the Skull Merchant has so much pressure here. No reason to fully commit to anything. They have all the pressure in the world they need.
Yep, there's no reason for them to do anything else.
Picking up a drone, redeploying it. Maybe just repositioning it a little bit. Oh, they're trying to hit through that window. Oh, that's dirty.
And awesome, actually.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I respect the hustle.
Oh, absolutely. Look, it works. Fang is once again broken. Quentin working on the gen, but she has the
And the
speed.
timing in which she got broken, right when Ace dies.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and that will be all but confirmed the 4K1 as Quentin did get out of dodge, but I don't know how you get out of this. You know where the hatch is going to spawn. Exit is directly behind main, so you don't get line of sight to it.
Yep.
And to be fair, also, her drones don't detect when you're crouching or working on an exit gate. So you can technically do it, but I don't think this is going to be anything other than a 4K.
I think you're right. I think this is a 4K1 unless there's a hatch play.
Agreed. Looking around, seeing if they can find Quentin. They might be able to hear him out. They are still injured, and Quentin isn't the quietest of survivors. Just have to wait and see. As this game went on pretty long, and I mean, to be fair, it's a Skull Merchant game. I think we all expect Skull Merchants to go long, but I was impressed by the calculating nature of Skull Merchant here. I did not think they were going to be able to achieve this. They did a really good job. This is the comeback that I think Bombom needed to mount.
Yep. Well, also, you know, a lot of Skull Merchant games tend to go long because a lot of people don't realize she's not the same as she was.
True.
Went back when she was having games of chess for an hour.
That,
you know,
was such excruciating period of time.
Like, here's the thing: Skull Merchant is not a good killer.
I would,
you know,
I would almost agree. I think there is a delicacy to be had, but like
there is, but like in terms of tier lists,
you're right.
In terms of tier lists, like actual strength, you have to be a very strong player to be a very strong Skull Merchant.
I agree. Yeah, exactly. The brainless play is gone.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Like, for people to say that it requires no thought, I think is just that's just silly.
I would agree. Yeah. She definitely has accumulated almost like a macro skill cap. Whereas like it's almost similar to me as Singularity, because Singularity has an insane macro ceiling.
Yeah.
And I think Skull Merchant, not quite the same height, but it's definitely up there.
I think our Skull Merchant here is kind of banking on what are we doing? Oh, we're banking on hatch spawning here.
Yeah. Getting as close to Shack for that hatch spawn. Yeah. Again, I think the exit gates aren't disfavorable to the Skull Merchant here. I think this should be a 4K one, but Survivor might be able to get an escape here.
Oh my god.
Listening for it. I don't think Quentin's going to be setting up anywhere near that hatch. Yeah. Ooh, well, actually,
if he's on that
rough.
Far door, if he's on that far door, he gets to leave the video game.
That's a good point. That is insanely tough to get out. Yeah, he gets out.
He gets out. Well done.
That is insane. And that will be
well done, Quentin.
1 point off of a full sweep for 4K1. 1 point off. We'll have to see if that point ends up mattering, but regardless, an incredibly well-played game. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. It is the nurse response to the Skull Merchant. No corrupt... Did you see this? No corrupt intervention?
In this climate?
You know, I've seen it done on rare occasions, but this is interesting.
Yeah, let's make note of the fact that the nurse brought us a nice rose. You see? Yeah, she brought us a rose.
Lovely spectator bug, thank you. Oh my goodness, it kills me, but it looks like they actually might have found... Who was that? That was somebody across the map.
It was definitely down. It was definitely a survivor.
You know, I would hope it's a survivor. Oh, it looks like it's Jake.
The totem, but it was not Ruin. We just saw the gen start regressing after it was tapped.
Probably Ruin Undying, maybe? Oh, the double tap at the hill, though. That is an insane start. And we saw the yellow, too. That means it was unbreakable. That might be the deli player. It's a huge start for the nurse.
Hate to see it.
Indeed. Ruin is, in fact, still up, it looks like.
I don't... Wait, do we, when we're in spectator, do we see the... No, we see the hex pop-ups, right?
Yeah, we see the hex pop-up. Yeah, Ace walked away from the gen.
I don't think it was Undying because we didn't see the pop-up for Undying when they ran past the doll.
Did we see them run past the doll? I mean, I don't know what other totem they'd bring. Maybe. Just have to... I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question, but...
Well, no, there's still 2 totems, so...
You're right, there is. Oh, the double tap.
I just noticed there's still 2 hexes, so...
Maybe it was Undying? Maybe there's not that many
if there was 3 hexes, then there's definitely Undying in play then.
There was Undying.
Okay. I see what... Okay. You think you're funny? Okay.
No, thank you.
No, that's because Jake at first ran through Shack. And there's a doll in Shack.
Oh.
But I think Undying went as he was getting to Shack. So.
Oh wait. That's why you as a survivor you don't see Undying pop up. That's why.
Oh, you used to?
You used to.
Oh, okay. See, I don't run hex perks anymore.
Yeah,
I stopped when I realized they were useless to me.
Oh, he's getting double tapped in the side of the map. You know, we talked about, you know, Skull Merchant doing a really good job, 4K1, everything, and survivors haven't completed a gen yet. About 70%.
They're just, listen, it's not over. It's not over well, I don't want to say, I'm not saying nothing.
But I say, like, it's hard to tell. Survivors definitely can come back, but
we're still early in the game, though.
Early in the game, there's 3 hooks that have happened. All freshies, too.
Early in the game.
First gen going down at
Getting
Shaq.
gens, you? All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Nurse
Now
looking
it looks
for someone,
like
though.
it looks like this nurse is not really going around Shaq too much. Looks like they're trying to maybe do what the Skull Merchant did.
Well, she's got a good. Again, you got 3 pocket gens, and you've got actually a semi-decent 5 gens. Yeah, look at that second gen.
Wow,
over
that
at
is
2.
disgusting.
Yeah, having the gen like that at 2, and then you've got one like effectively near 3, and you've got a hook in the center. This is a lights out scenario. This is actually just insane. You can come in for a hook trade. We're just here
making friends with our boy on the hook.
Yeah, you can try and get 2 gens done here, but I don't think you're gonna get the 4th one. Good use of the firecracker. Oh my goodness, Adam pulling a miracle out of the rabbit.
Miracle out of the rabbit?
Miracle out of the rabbit. You don't wonder how that works, and you know what? Neither do I, but it does happen occasionally.
I hope they're wearing gloves.
Ooh, getting a tag on Ace. They are death hooked. Second gen going down. Ace has to make this chase last for at least 30 seconds if they want to give their team a shot. And they are heading to dead zone. They are heading to Shaq. That is exactly what it's going to be a double tap. And without a decisive strike.
Now, you got to remember, a chase.
There's the decisive, though. That's going to be a huge boon for the survivors. That means they probably have Dead Hard in hand. Using the 4 lane, going back into the center of the map.
I was going to say that you said he has to run the nurse for at least 30 seconds. That includes DS time. That includes the carry to the hook time. That is all part of the chase.
There you go, but that's not a very long carry. Survivors desperately. Oh, Gabriel.
Dead.
Gabriel and Jake working this gen double time, but I don't think it's going to be long enough. Nurse should expect this corner.
Ain't no way.
There's no way they get this, right?
There's no. Well, if they're double teaming,
they get that gen.
Wow.
Yeah, they were over here. We just can't hear the terror ratings because they are undetectable from the. I believe it's the bad man's last.
Big swings and the live play.
Oh my goodness. Survivors showing up and coming through. They only need to do one more gen, and that gen in the 3 is actually fairly decently progressed.
Ooh.
Whiffing into the back and going towards Shaq, and
I saw that nurse just shave his behind.
Mm-hmm. Nurse is going to commit to this chase.
I don't know if I would.
I don't either. You have to get this gen regressing. We see scratch marks near it as well. Nurse is actually in a spot where you still have the 3 gen isn't as strong at main now, but it's still there latently just because Nurse can, just not care. But
yeah,
this is gonna be tough. Survivors are not in a bad position necessarily.
No, they're not. Like I said, they can come back from this. That was a generous hit.
Absolutely was. It looks like Overcome is going to get them quite a bit of distance. Does Nurse commit? It looks like they will. Going all the way to the hill.
Ooh, just the tip there.
Very generous tag. Survivors splitting up gens.
Very wisely running her towards a gen that's already done.
True. And so here's the thing. The Survivors saw there was no corrupt. They've seen Ruin Undying. They see another perk. They might just be saying, it's not... Wait, they finished the other side of the map. Are they going to finish 5 gens?
Oh my god.
They are. They're totally going to finish 5 gens.
She can't make it there without going into fatigue.
Right,
oh
they
my
beat the
god.
unhook in her face. They know. They're trying to take her away.
Wow,
Nurse knows
very,
that it's not going to be enough. That is
well
5
done.
gens.
Very well done.
Bombom is going to be taking set number 2, which means we're going to set number 3, folks.
Oh my goodness. I did not expect them to be on that other gen.
I didn't either. I didn't see them when I rotated over. That is insane. You know what? I said in the first set, they needed to wake up, and Bombom absolutely waking up and answering the call here in set number 2. Pulling out the W in fantastic fashion and with a good set of score.
Giving the old teabag of respect at the end there.
It's funny because nobody was around to see it except us. It was a little bit of a, it was, you know in pro football where they showboat when it was a little bit of showboat. It's like, yeah, we did it. We took the Nerds to town. A little bit of a rallying cry.
Teabags and there's no one around to see it. Did they really teabag?
You know, these are the philosophical questions we have to answer.
That's the teabag paradox.
It
Schrodinger's teabag.
Schrodinger's teabag. Did they teabag or did they not? But with that said, all right, everyone, well, back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for set number 3. We're on the Groaning Storehouse number 2. Loyalty is cracking out the Oni. Also, I love this skin so much. Does Oni not have some of the skins?
Am I the only? I thought I was the only one who actually liked. This is the Attack on Titan skin, right?
I believe so, actually. Yeah, it is.
I thought I was the only one that liked the skin. I get so many people hating on it. I'm like, what do you mean? It's beautiful.
People just like to hate, okay? They like to hate good things. And speaking of good things, that is an early down for the killer. And I'm sure they are loving that.
For an Oni that relies so much on getting the M1s before, like early on, that's a bad start for survivors.
It really is. Bombom, not in the best spot. Victoria saying, you do that, Jen, Steve. You got it, buddy. Just running on past. Looks like they're rotating over for the unhook. Crouching down, trying to hide. Adam working on the generator.
We have a really good spread on the gens, though.
That is true. The gens are, yeah, honestly, not half bad. They do find Vittorio at the eye loop, though. And gonna have to see if this is gonna result in a hit. Dropping it long side, vaulting over. No lithe, but Oni opting just to break it.
No brutal either.
Interesting.
Laugh all you want. I've seen a lot of brutal in comp.
I don't think anybody's laughing. Brutal is an insanely good perk on Oni. Again, usually when it comes to Oni, you depending on the map, you either take brutal strength. Again, like Dead Dog, brutal strength is really good. There's like so many things you have to kick. But then like, otherwise, bamboozle. Again, you need some chase perk to ensure you get that first hit. Like Mastermind, take brutal strength. Oni, take brutal strength. Brutal strength is such an insanely good perk. Gaining, in my opinion, brutal strength
is the second best killer perk in the game.
Besides agitation?
No.
Oh.
Some people say agitation. For me, it's enduring.
That does catch people off guard. It's pretty decent. I'll give you that.
The amount of free downs I get from enduring double taps.
I'm
the only trapper you've ever seen run enduring.
Maybe, but double tapping and only taking that as a sign, maybe I should pop my power. Leaving chase with Vittorio, going straight for what I believe to be the Steve. Steve saying nope.
Are we going for the old, oh no, they didn't get saved. I thought we were going for the old Pally Tech.
Not today.
Making it very, very unsafe for them to go for a save, though.
Yeah, and this might secure the hook, actually. Yeah, both survivors in the wings, they can't, even if they ran right now, they would not get the save.
Even if he lost his power, do you really want to go back to hook and give him his power again to get the save? Probably not. You're probably better off letting your teammate die.
Yeah, I would agree, and that looks like what it's going to be. Using sprint burst to get a little bit of distance, but is it going to be enough? Oni flicking into the... And there's the power being used up entirely. What on earth is going on with Oni?
My brain just liquefied a little bit. Watching how close that hit was.
Right? It was insane. Okay, Oni having a bit of a Wraith moment here.
Yep. He's ringing his old bell.
Looks like Adam is going to get spotted here. Okay, it looks like Oni has reshaped themselves. Good. Looping at the tile. It is going to be... I think this is a fairly safe tile. Adam holding W away from it, though. No, it's not.
That is actually that was a very misleading tile for what I thought it was.
It's actually an insane setup. Like, this loop into that tile, this is a really good pallet setup, and I think Oni's just going to be forced to break this. Yeah, holding the check spot and going towards the TNL.
I
Bloodlust
feel
might
like
be
that's one of
kicking.
those pallets that not breaking is going to come back to bite you later.
I absolutely agree. Oh my goodness, they're gonna be able to path back before Bloodlust kicks in and vaults. The swing and the miss, Adam juicing. Third gen popping.
Oh no!
Using the firecracker for distraction, vaulting over the top, and that will be the first hit, but I swear the killer was in Bloodlust 2 at that point.
First hit, but at what cost? That was a Bloodlust 2 hit, guaranteed Bloodlust 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no way it
And
wasn't.
that just tells you how much time was taken on that
Fourth
chase, which
gen!
is huge. That's crazy.
Adam doing the Lord's work, however,
That's especially crazy considering the start he had, the down that early.
yeah, Survivor's definitely cracking this one back. I will say, I think Oni is, again, very swingy, snowbally killer, but generally, I think 2K8, maybe 2K9 is generally what we're going to see, and there's a chance that that start will still afford them a slightly better result, but Survivor's definitely make it harder for the killer. Steven, having completely stealthed out, finding Vittorio
And
now,
at the same
Stripper's
time,
gonna get him.
At the same time, it is, like you said, it's only very high chance of snowball. And and because of that, he could easily, you know, queue up his power and get the other 3 survivors very quickly.
It's true, but most of the power's gone, forcing the M1, and I think Oni is about out of power. There's eruption on the generator. Yeah, they have fallen out of power.
Oof.
Speaking of agitation, I completely forgot that Oni even had agitation. This it's
Yep.
crazy. The base kit improving perks, brutal strength, and like I said, enduring agitation. I have grown to love these perks that aren't on specialty killers, like just M1 killers. Get so much value. And a pain res coming in. Steve, you are a little bit too close for comfort.
I've always said, maybe not in comp play, but maybe in definitely in pub games, you are going to get, in my opinion, more value out of enduring than you will out of a 3rd or 4th slowdown.
You know, I kind of agree, honestly, in almost every situation.
Maybe brutal even more so because of the amount of pre-dropping.
Absolutely.
But I found myself doing worse running slowdowns instead of enduring. So
that is fair. And Steve getting with Lions to get away from this gen. Again, this is... Oh, but look at how much blood is on this generator back here. Oni might be able to get their power. Yep.
That's bad news bears for our boy Steven.
Or anybody. I think the survivors in general now kind of in a really rough spot. Oni hasn't popped his power yet, so wherever those 2 survivors are bleeding out, that is going to be plenty of blood for the taking. Survivors aren't out of it, but now in a 3v1, and this is a good 3-gen for Oni too, I would say. I think they, especially with multiple pain res still available, this is tough.
Vittorio, because we know Vittorio has sprint burst, it looks like he's running around to 99 it.
It does make a lot of sense. You love a 99 sprint burst. Steven, 40% on this gen.
And that's when sprint burst becomes the most powerful exhaustion perk, is when you know how to do that.
Absolutely. Oh, Steven playing with fire, staying at the building. Oni checking around, saying, okay, you should be in here somewhere, you little, you know... Man, he's so slippery.
Little mullet having...
Right? Steve's so slippery. Popping power, saying, all right, I need to make something happen, because he's right. Pressure is slipping right. Listen, they find Vittorio at Shack, but if they take this chase long enough... No, it's not going to be enough. There is the eruption. Do they go for it? They see both survivors working on the gen. Well, actually, only Steve. And that eruption coming into play, giving him tons of value, getting distance, but not enough.
Oof.
If they can get the Steve down with this power...
Oh!
That's
If
looking like
it had
4K.
been a half a second later, he wouldn't have gotten that hit.
True, true. This is looking at 4K1 territory. They do get the pickup on Vittorio, but this hook comes right in the middle of main building. If they want it, no, they're gonna hook between. Look at oh my goodness! Look at how close these 2 gens are. That is a sin.
Yep.
That is first hook as well with the pain res.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
with all
might
this
just
blood.
buy the game back for him.
Yep, I think you're right. I think this is going to be 4K1 for the killer. They get the pickup, but I don't know how you come back. Again, the hook is a bit further away from this middle gen, but what does it matter? Looks like they are going to be able to get away. Kicking the gen. Eruption, honestly, the anti-gen mechanic might come into play here, as Eruption has regressed it twice now. I don't know, but unhook coming in regardless. Steve gonna take body blocks for the Atom.
We're brick walling.
Doing a very good job of it as well, but they are gonna get away. Swing coming through, and there's the down. There's the eruption.
But as we can hear, we're starting to hit that limit.
They see the server on the generator as well. They don't want them to have any pressure whatsoever. Vittorio, you might be in trouble, my friend. Is there a pallet here? Is there a center pallet? No, it's a dead zone in the center. There's no filler pallet. That Vittorio's 100% dead.
But he's doing a great job wasting his time, making sure he can't use his power here.
Absolutely, and yeah, they're going to go for the hook as they do get the pickup on Adam. But that is 2 separate kicks of the generator. We've seen Pain Res hit it at least once. That's 5 regressions, 1 more eruption, and no more eruption.
Can we make
value.
this hook?
Oh yeah, it's agitation.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was close.
My heart skipped a beat.
That could have made the difference.
That really could have. That could have done it.
Because even with Agi, that was a long carry.
It absolutely was. And there is the final eruption coming in on Vittorio. Vittorio running away. Steve holding behind the T. Adam right back on the generator. No cares given. Vittorio sprint bursting to Shaq, and he doesn't care to commit to that. But everybody's injured. He's just going to have his power every other second. Oh, they never saw Bamboozle before. That was the first Bamboozle in the life getting proc, but too late.
Oh my goodness.
Eruption happening. So yeah, that gen is effectively tapped out on hits. So,
yep.
And this is not death hook, but now hooking nearer towards it, knowing that it's almost done, but this game is going pretty insanely. And again, there's so much pressure on that generator, but there's nothing left for it. Maybe if it avoided one of the pain res. Maybe if I was wrong about the pain res hit. But I believe we'll just have to see. I don't know. How do you get out of this, Pally? Can you
I was gonna be a smarty pants and say through the exit gate.
Excuse you.
Ooh.
There's the down. We didn't see the eruption.
Now they didn't
though.
get back on the gen until just now. Oh wait, they haven't yet. I thought they were about to.
They were on the gen for a little bit. Again, eruption permanently on that gen as it can no longer explode. I see Survivor going around the top. We know that this pallet has been dropped. It is not very safe. However, Adam having stealthed out entirely. Where are they? They went back to main. Absolutely crazy job here from the... No!
Oh no!
Their power ran out at the last possible second. That had to be a coincidence. There's no way he timed that so perfectly. Adam going around the side. Oni winning the mind game there. Not gonna miss it a swing, and that will go down. What are the servers doing? They're splitting different gens. They're gonna go for the hook. That must mean there is a pain res nearby, and Steve is just going to preemptively leave. Wait, why does it matter? Oh, they're gonna hook nearby. That's why I was about to say you can't lose pain res on the gen anymore, but I don't think I have actually seen genuine evidence of the gen regression mechanic coming into play. Yeah.
I've played as survivor. Well, maybe not in comp, right? I've played as survivor in pubs, and I've forced it many times.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Steve
it also depends on the map too.
Entirely fair. Steve getting as much progress on that gen as possible before leaving it. It is a matter of time before that gen pops. The fact that the survivors have done this well so far is insane to me. All right, Steve gonna be taking chase at the same tile. He's gonna force the pick so they finish the gen. No, wait, they're jumping up on a different gen. No, he's just gonna hold. No. Steve forcing the pick. I'm surprised they don't go to that gen that's been worked on.
He was trying to bait out a head-on?
Maybe?
Well, no, he was moving back and forth.
Right, but it was like, Steve has life.
Blocker PTSD?
I guess. I'm just surprised they're jamming this gen instead of center one. Or maybe the plot is to get them to commit to the other gen because they're scared of it, and then I think they're finishing a 5th gen here. I think survivors actually have the ability to finish a 5th gen.
I think they could. I think there's a comeback to be had here.
Absolutely. Adam holding the rock. No, they're going down over here. What's
Is that the game winner right there?
The gen isn't far enough along. Vittorio walking away, trying to stealth out. Do they get it in time? I think the blood trail is going to be too much. Yeah, Oni knows.
Oh, that's...
They were so close to finishing the 5th gen.
So close.
Oh.
That was very well played on everyone's part.
Absolutely. I'm just surprised that they didn't go for the center jet. I'm surprised they were doubling up far side. Maybe they were worried that the killer would branch off and come center. I'm not sure. That's so tough to say, but Survivors played this so well. I thought that they were going to get the 5th generator done. That was so close.
Oh, I thought so too. I thought for sure that was how it was going to go.
That's crazy. But that will be a very weird shot of Oni.
I don't like how he's looking at me.
I don't
like
either. That's very menacing.
That's That's brooding, if you will.
It really is. But you know what? Survivors had to deal with it. We can deal with it for a couple seconds.
Oh no! Make it stop.
I can't. It's stuck there. Nothing you can do. Just have to wait for the next match. But with that said, all right, everyone, and welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're gonna see if Bombom sandbagging the hillbilly for set 3 pays off or not. 4K1 is the scenario here. We'll see how it pays off for them. Pally, thank you so much again for casting with me. It has been a pleasure. I hope that you are going to be able to take a rest after this like I am, because I am exhausted after this game.
Homie, I am having a great time. I love doing this. I can't wait until, I don't know if you guys know, Sunday I'm doing like all afternoon. So
let's go. I'm here for it. And Yoichi was here for almost getting a chainsaw, but it's only going to take the M1 instead. 2 people heading to main, checking it out. Ooh, wait.
I love this because I get a front row seat.
True. That's why I love it. People are like, man, you guys cast, that sounds boring. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is the best freaking gig ever.
Yep. Plus, you don't actually have to play the game.
Oh, man, ain't that the truth, though? I don't know if I could contend with some of these guys. These teams are crazy good.
I can live vicariously through them. No, honestly, I've never done this. I've never done this, but I've seen it done.
Right? We see Ruin. Ooh, a totem was cleansed. Looks like there's tending another one. We see Thanatophobia. I'm wondering if we're going to see all this killers. Like, we saw Corrupt. One totem's gone. Another totem's on its way out with Quentin.
And we know Ruin's still in play, so that other totem is Ruin.
Was Ruin.
Ruin is ruined.
It is so true. And with Thanatophobia at 2% slower, and this gen with
we're rocking a Thanat Billy then.
Yeah, single perk Thanat Billy with 1 hook.
But if there's any killer that can do it and make it work, it's definitely Billy.
You know, you are so right. What's also crazy is that means this Billy doesn't have Bamboozle,
I was about to say,
kind of a staple.
But do you really want to live in a Billy game without Bamboozle? I don't think you do.
I don't think you do either. And Billy says, yeah, I'm already regretting not having Bamboozle.
Yep.
Gonna have to see how this holds out. Again, they need to. I think they should have stuck by.
Maybe it's the pub player in me, but I feel like Billy would get much more value out of Bam Bam than he would out of Thanat, even if it was the only perk he had.
It's possible. Again, there's only 1 survivor injured so far. Yui holding the corner, trying to flare, but it's not going to work. Billy holding the line of sight, manages to dodge.
Wow.
Absolutely crazy, and they make it to the pallet as well. Curving on the side, but they hit the rock.
Oh, Dwayne's not going to be happy about that.
You know, I was just thinking that exact same thing. And Yui also not happy.
I would fist bump you right now. I really would.
You know what? I accept it, and it's received in spirit. Oh my goodness, that brings me back to the old days. Me and my co-caster would actually like high five over the camera. It's fine. I love you, Poggy. Anyway, 2 gens about to pop. Second hook for the killer on a fresh survivor. I'm surprised we didn't see them try to go after Yuichi. I know we saw
Billy get played before on Thompson House, but this is a whole different ball game for Billy from Thompson House.
Honestly, so true. Yuichi getting a heal. 2 separate generators about to pop off. Seeing if there's a survivor back for the rotation, but doesn't seem to be the case. Leaving the area altogether, not seeing the rotation of Yuichi.
I don't know.
2 gens popping.
Immediate regret leaving that hook.
Finding both Yuichi and body blocking the Yui. They need it down ASAP, and I don't know if they're going to get it. Ooh, holding off for that M1. Yeah, they will get it.
Ooh.
Maybe waiting out a
hammer
dead
time.
Hard. 3rd gen and center being fired away, only 4% slower.
Oh my goodness, they are going crazy on these gens.
They really are. Third gen going down. Billy in trouble. Billy is in trouble right now.
I mean, this is normal for me because I made Trapper, but
True.
with Trapper, there was only ding, 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 trap.
Absolutely. And they do find Quentin on top of the hill. No balance line to get them distance. Oh, but getting stuck on the wall!
Ooh.
Yuichi plowing away on a jet at the moment. Unhook coming in on Yui. Not going for the pickup instead. They're going to stick to the chase.
I think you need that slug pressure right now.
You
honestly.
absolutely do.
You need that slug pressure more than you need the hook.
But Ace going towards
But
the middle.
do you need it enough to chase inside main building as Billy? I don't know.
And without
that
Bamboozled,
fast vault.
no way.
That fast vault.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, really well practiced. And looks like Yui going back. Again, all this is just running interference and distraction as there is a gen. Billy senses that, no, he's coming back. This
Oh my
gen's getting close to
goodness.
firing, though. It's like 60%.
Yep.
They get the pickup as well on Quentin. I don't know what the Billy's doing. This is about to be 4K1, which is the tie condition. And they find Quentin once again.
What happens in the event of a tie?
Well, I'm glad you asked because I pulled up the sheet to check my notes. So it looks like, unless Ref wants to come and correct me, the first set was such a strong win for Loyalty. Despite Bombom have a phenomenal victory in set number 2, by sheer match points alone, if a tie set occurs, Loyalty takes the W here. So Bombom just lost the match with that gen firing because that is the tie condition. The points in the first set was 42-11 in favor of Loyalty. Damn. Set 2 was 36-29, but this, if it's a tie, even if the game ends right now in a 4K, Bombom just a few points underneath, but so well played. So absolutely well played. And that, yeah, Survivor's resetting the Yui and the Yuichi. 2 slugs on the ground, but Survivors have done what they needed. And again, to the Hillbillies' credit, there was some good opportunity. I'm surprised they didn't tunnel out Yuichi or Yui. That was really surprising.
Me too, absolutely.
Even now, pushing the Yuichi away from the pickup on Ace. Able to get the curve around the edge. There's the noise.
That was a nice curve.
They do finish healing the Ace. Yeah, incredibly good curve. Ace not going to be body blocked from the window. Is able to get back around and is going to go to the other side. Billy, knowing better, is going to go back and pick up their slug most likely. Survivors played this so well. Ooh, going down.
Oh, yeah.
However, they do get the pickup on Quentin. Just barely able to keep the game alive. Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Overdrive Billy is the scariest thing in existence. Oh, that was so close.
Oh man, I feel like he swung and didn't get the lunge he wanted.
No, I think you're right.
I'm 1,000% positive. If he got the lunge there, that was a hit.
Absolutely was. Looks like Yuichi getting picked up by Ace, going down in trade. Maybe a fake out, I'm not really sure. Quentin, though, gonna be pushed away.
Oh my
really
god!
Nothing around the corner. Yuichi, it looks like Yui desperately trying to crawl back, saying, Yuichi, here I am. Do they get it? Using Sprint Burst for a little bit of distance. Does it enough to get them to pick up? It is. But I don't. This game's over. This game's 100% over.
It is absolutely over.
Nothing left, forcing the pick, but spoiler, folks, this was the unbreakable player. And even I think unbreakable at this point has been used, but even if it hasn't, that is going to be all she wrote. 4K1.
All she wrote, indeed. Ooh.
Tie condition
We've had
was
some
met.
really good close games.
It really was. Really, absolutely was. But in the end, Loyalty taking home the W here in set number 3. Again, tie condition was all they needed. Phenomenal play. Absolutely love to see that. But that will be the end of today's broadcast as these survivors are slowly but surely rounded up for collection by the entity. The entity cleaning service for when you need pesky survivors sent back to the campfire.
Okay.
Just saying, these things are a pain to get off the floor, okay?
What, survivors?
Yeah.
Slugs.
Slugs, the
Love
lot
it.
of them. And Quentin about to bleed out as well. Actually, hold on, I just forgot. Yeah, actually, if they didn't find Quentin, I forgot the way that bleedouts work. I don't think bleedouts award 4 points, so actually, the bleedout would have saved them. I completely forgot about that. I just completely ignored that condition altogether. But
Oh, wow.
ultimately not coming to pass. They're about 30 seconds away from me having to eat my own words and be like, all right, well, they took the W here. But what do I know? Absolutely well played. I need to go back and check that because I want to say there is still the rule that points are awarded by hook stage for each one left. I'll ask that in the back end. I'll know for tomorrow when we come back live. But again,
Oh, yeah.
wait, actually, why is there still a slug on the ground? I didn't even realize there's a slug on the ground.
Oh, my goodness.
Pally, keep me in check.
Hey, I'm not getting paid to do that. You pay me, but not for that.
Wow, I feel attacked right now.
Now, what's the outcome if he bleeds out? Does it change?
I need to check. Yes, it does. If I remember correctly, I think it does change. No, it's just more. Never mind. It's more points awarded to survivors. I'm sorry. I'm crazy.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's more points awarded to survivors, so that just means it's an outright win. Sorry, I am. Ignore me, folks.
Oh, he heard him.
Heard them, but they died. Actually, wait, no. Even then, no. She was worth only 1 point anyway, so yeah, that would absolutely been worth it. Never mind. You know what? We're confusing this the spectators more than.
Also, we've been here for a while. Okay.
It has been a long match.